another Q&A, but this time it is all about content creation. I posted a story on Instagram in which I asked you to ask me anything that you would like to know about being a content creator. Honestly, I doubt the fact that I am very knowledgeable in being a content creator. I mean, I'm just doing my thing and hoping for the best, so I'll just answer from my experience. The very first question is whether I like being a content creator, and girl, I love being a content creator. It is everything I have ever dreamt of. Yeah, there are hard things. You have moments in which you're like, oh my god, I don't really want to do this, or this is hard. But then there are all the good parts, and there are a lot of good parts. So I love being a content creator. Did you ever regret being a book content creator because reading may feel like a job? I'm not sure how to answer because the first thing that pops into my mind is whether everything feels like a job. You have to show up as you would for a job, but you're doing it for yourself and for your community, and you just have a connection and you like being out there. So it's half as a job, but it doesn't really feel like a job. It feels like I'm doing something for myself and creating connection. So it is a job. It's like 50-50, honestly. Do I regret being a book con? No, I do not. I don't really regret anything regarding my content creation journey. Let's say only not starting it earlier, but at the same time, I doubt younger me would say anything interesting. I don't know if I'm saying anything interesting now, but for sure, younger Aimee, not really. Also, does reading per se feel like a chore? Sometimes it might feel like a chore, but you know what? Cleaning your room is a chore sometimes, but you can enjoy it just as much, even if you don't really feel like it sometimes. It's like with everything else. You are in the mood most times, but not all the time, but still it is enjoyable. I don't feel like reading is a job. I just feel like sometimes maybe I'm not in the mood, but I can get over that. How many hours do you usually work a week? As a content creator, personal time and work hours blend together, and they are just this big fat blurb in which you basically live your life. Having a very clear separation between your personal life and being a content creator is very hard in my opinion, and whoever manages to do that, oh my god, you deserve a round of applause. Because I am so anxious about, I just want to create content, and I'm really hard on myself, especially when it comes to breaks. I don't really take breaks. But if I were to try to come up with a more exact answer, I work every day and I film every day. Sometimes I am into content creation mode for like 6-7 hours a day. But there are days in which I just film a few shorts and that's it for the day. I'll do a short calculation for you. Wait. It's between 45 hours to 60 hours a week, so there you go. What if one of your relatives sees this and starts mocking you? Just asking. So honestly, I don't care at this point. But in the beginning, if one of my relatives or someone that knows me would watch my video, I wouldn't have liked it. Not because I'm embarrassed of what I do, it's because I just don't want those people to be part of my little bubble of joy, basically. There was this one girl from the work I had previously that found me on TikTok. She didn't mock me or anything like that, but I didn't feel comfortable at all, and I would have preferred for her not to find out I was doing social media. I always felt that people wouldn't really understand my vibe on the internet, and I'm very personal with that. But no, people haven't really mocked me, or not that I know of. So, and I don't really care. At this point, this is my job. You can say whatever you want. I have fun. People seem to enjoy what I do sometimes, and that is enough for me. What's your favorite type of content to film? It changes all the time. I can tell you the easiest type of content to film. Those are the shorts, with point of views and things like that. Those are the easiest, but they are not the most entertaining as a content creator to make. I love long forms, and I love coming up with a more intricate idea that, even though it requires more time, it is much more rewarding in the end. And usually those videos do not perform well. The ones you put the most time into end up not performing. That's just how it works. What's your favorite thing about being a content creator? Honestly, I have always wanted something in the creative area. I always wanted to meet new people and talk to people, and that's just, I'm not really sure what's my favorite thing about being a content creator? I love most aspects of being one. Being able to watch something I have created myself, even though it's a stupid YouTube video or I don't know, a TikTok that makes me laugh whenever I think about it. There's just something about it, about me doing that on my own and trying something new that makes me all fuzzy inside. I just like the feeling of trying new things and, you know, being out there. I don't know. What is the hardest part? I feel like being an anxious person as a content creator is quite hard because you put a lot of pressure on yourself and you keep watching, you know, the views. If they go up, they go down. What are you going to do? You need more ideas, a new niche, you know, things like that. But I don't feel like that is the hardest part. I feel like that is just part of it. That's, you know, the bad thing of being a content creator. You are gonna stress out. That's fine. You're stressing out with everything in your life. So that's more about you as a person and how you control your emotions. And with anxiety regarding performance of your content, everyone has a hard time with that. But what felt like the hardest part of being a content creator was the beginning. Specifically, after I've decided that I want to pursue content creation mostly full-time as opposed to any other job. That's where I felt the most pressure from myself, but from people around me, from my parents. You would expect parents are not very happy to hear that you are not gonna be an accountant or anything at all. You know, you're just gonna pursue this thing that they don't really understand. How can it be a job and a career? It's really hard because you don't have views, you don't have money, you don't have anything. You are just talking on the internet and no one is listening. And that should be the journey you enjoy. I really tried to enjoy it and I did like it, but I was very, very, very stressed about it for a while. And after it started to work, I was still stressed about it because now I need to keep it going, because otherwise, what am I going to do when it comes to expectations of the people around me? As with any job you decide to pursue that parents don't really approve of in a way, that is stressful. That's the hardest part for me, I feel like. But it shouldn't be. You should enjoy the journey. And I am sad that I didn't. But I am enjoying every second of it right now. So that's great. I just wish I would have told myself and listened to the fact that it doesn't matter. It takes time. Everything takes time. You need to try it out and experiment with what you're doing. And if you want something that you would be proud of, you are going to have to wait for it and work for it and have long periods of time in which you don't have a reward, because in the end you're gonna have something that you are going to be very proud of. So before I could say that social media is my job, I created content for 5 years, but 2 out of those 5 years were really, really hard from this point of view. Are you writing a book? Answer this time, please. So, yes, I am writing a book. I suppose I wasn't very clear in my previous videos. I didn't really talk about it. I won't talk about it until we have it like decently finished. I am not going to talk about it. I'm just gonna say that I am on my first draft, probably halfway through, I'd say. And it's going to be a romantasy. That's everything I'm gonna tell you, okay? And I have ideas for other genres too. That's all, okay? That's all. I'm very excited about it. It's going to take some time. I don't want to talk about it until I have dates and things I know for sure. Just, you know, having a side quest, which is writing a book. So yeah, I did answer the question. I'm not gonna talk about it again. Okay, okay. What advice would you give to newbies? I'd say just start posting and try to be a little bit better each time, but do not stress yourself out as I did. Just be patient. It's gonna take a while and have fun with it. You are doing something that is hard and you're doing something that, you know, it takes time. Everything in this life takes time. No one is behind your back urging you to finish first. You're not finishing anything. You are building, you're just putting building blocks on your journey. I don't know. You get the idea, okay? It takes time, and even if it feels like a failure, that you are not viral yet or anything like that, it's not a failure. That's literally the steps you need to take to succeed in anything in your life. What is it like being a YouTuber or a TikToker? It is very fun. I enjoy it a lot, and I am content with the decision I made to pursue this. The thing I like the most about myself is that I pursued this and I didn't stop. I love being a content creator. How and why did you start? Was it hard? So, as I said, I started about 5 years ago, but 1 year has passed since so 6 years ago with an ASMR channel. It was just an idea to try something out without showing my face, and I didn't really know what to talk about because I didn't really do anything interesting. My boyfriend was the one to say, just give it a try, why not? He has always been supportive of what I want to do, especially with being a content creator. So he helped me out with ASMR videos. It was awful. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I would pop the mic all the time, and all in all, I don't feel like I was good as an ASMR content creator. But I did that for a year, and I realized maybe this is not something I want to do long term, because ASMR wasn't a content I was eager to do at some point. It just felt like, you know, I'm doing this, but I'm not excited about it. And I really wanted to do something else. I stopped that altogether and started the main account, which initially was not book orientated, but well, it is what it is. We're here. I started reading more so. And if it was hard, well, I feel like there were certain periods of time in which I was very hard on myself. And it was hard, but it is all worth it for me now. And I feel like it's just a journey you need to accept if you're gonna do this. And you don't need to be as hard on yourself. Just pointing that out. I think I made it harder than it should have been. What do your parents think about it? Well, at this point, I'm making a living out of it. Being a content creator is my job, and there's not much to discuss about it. Since the moment I have proved to them that I sort of succeeded in my pursuit with what I want to do, there is not really much of a discussion anymore. The view on this is what I do, and that's it. Right. I am happy about it, so there's not really anything to talk about. Are there any days when posting feels more like a chore and less of making fun content? Yes, but not because posting would be a chore, but because anything at all would be a chore when I have those sorts of days. I literally don't want to do anything, so I don't want to post too. But as you wake up and brush your teeth and have to clean your room or study or whatever you have to do, posting is part of what I have to do and what I chose to do, so I do it anyway. Yeah, there are days when it's not as fun because I am not very fun in those days. Does your boyfriend support you about it? So my boyfriend has been the one most supporting person in my life. He has supported everything I wanted to do, and not only that, but with content creation and many other aspects in my life, he has helped a lot. And I'm pretty sure that without him, I wouldn't have started posting on YouTube, because he was the one to tell me, you know, you could do that. Why would you give it a try? Because maybe you would like it. So he is a very, very, very big part of me being a content creator. Also, he was the one to start reading first. I didn't really like reading 3 or 4 years ago, to be honest, because I wasn't a reader as a kid. I was like, you know what, I could watch a movie instead of reading. Like, okay, you do you, I'm gonna watch movie. That sounds crazy now, doesn't it? Because look at that. but seeing him reading made me curious about it, and now I have a career out of it, so isn't that crazy? Alex for sure has always supported me. Is it stressful to be constantly watching and editing videos of yourself? Stressful? Cringe for sure. In the beginning, it was one of the most cringe things I have ever done. I would literally cringe at seeing and hearing my voice. It's really, really hard in the beginning, but you just get over it. You get used to it and you get better at talking and filming yourself, and it's not as cringe. But every time you're gonna look at your past videos, you're gonna cringe. You just get over it at some point. Do you edit your own videos? Well, I did for a while. I know how to edit my videos, and I still edit most of my shorts, but Alex is actually editing my videos because he's really good at it. I love how he edits them, and he's so much more faster than me. I am a snail when it comes to editing. It takes me hours and hours, but he just does it in one sitting. He's really good at it. So he helps me out with editing, which I am very grateful about. How long does it take to edit? Well, for me, too long. I take too long when it comes to editing. So I would cut and edit a long form in 8 hours, 10 hours, maybe more. Depends on the length of the video, but at least 6 hours, and it could get up to 30 hours if it's really hard, you know? But Alex does it in half the time, mostly. So, I think you get an idea from that. Which app do you use to edit your videos? DaVinci Resolve. It has a free version that has most of what you need to edit your videos, but there is also a Studio or Pro. Anyway, a paid version that has a few more features, but again, you could definitely edit your videos in the free DaVinci Resolve software. We used Adobe Premiere for a while, but I like DaVinci more. Will you do another 24-hour reading challenge? Probably not. Those videos are the ones I hate the most. Like, they are fun because I read so much and in the end I'm very satisfied, but it is really tiresome. I get really cranky. Cranky? That doesn't sound correct. Groggy? Yeah, I don't know how people stay up for 24 hours. It's fun to have the video at the end, but during the challenge, especially the second part, I just want to get it over with. How do you manage all your hobbies together while also uploading and creating content? The reason I would hold back with my hobbies is purely because I do not manage my time well enough, or I am just not being in a productive state of mind, which sometimes happens, but I feel like I have enough time if I really try to do the things I want to do. I do have quite a lot of hobbies, so even if I would just pursue hobbies all day long, I don't think I'd have time to do all of them just because I have so many of them. Which brings me to the sponsor of today's video, Little House Lessons. Ian from Little House Lessons is a wonderful teacher, and because of him, I am now playing the piano, which is something I've always wanted to do, but I didn't really get into it. I wasn't able to stick to learning piano, and having a teacher helped so much with that. And he's also teaching me how to play the guitar, which is awesome. It makes me feel so cool. We've had lessons for 4 months now, and I can definitely see an improvement, and I'm just having so much fun playing along to the songs I know or just learning music theory, which is, by the way, very interesting if you get into it. If you're interested in learning how to play the guitar, the piano, the banjo, the ukulele, or you just want to learn music theory, you can just sign up on their website through the link in the description box, and you will get a free lesson to test it out and see if it's a fit. I hope you give it a try. Now let's get back to the video. Do you ever just want to quit? No, not really. Well, there are days in which I want to stop thinking about it and not post, or just, you know, do something else for a few hours, a few days. But no, quitting has never been a thought that popped into my head. Of course, there are days in which you get frustrated, but that's because maybe you want to try something new and you don't know how, or you're looking for ideas and you just don't have ideas right now, and you usually just need a little bit of a break when that happens. We have 2 questions from Alexa. Any tips to grow a channel for a small creator, and how did you grow your channel in just 2 years? So it wasn't really 2 years, that's what you can see on my channel, but I've created content for a very long time before that. But it wasn't as constant. There wasn't consistency to it, only with the ASMR, but when I switched, it was on and off. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to talk about, so that delayed me being consistent about it. So maybe try it out a little bit with different types of content, but at some point, figure out what's your vibe. Some people make it big without being a full-time content creator, so that works for sure. It was just not the path I took. Everyone's journey is different. There's no one way to do it. All paths include posting and getting out of your comfort zone and trying something new and being patient with it. So I feel like those are the main things you need to take account. How do you react to being hated? So the book reading community is so lovely. You guys are the sweetest angels ever. I didn't get a lot of hate, honestly. Maybe when my videos pop up on the For You page of people that don't really read or don't know what's the vibe with book girlies, you know. Sometimes I do get some hateful comments. There are so many positive ones that I don't really care about the negative ones. I am a firm believer that when you are a shitty person, you encounter and attract shitty things, right? So I am not here to teach them how to act on the internet. There are certain comments from time to time that would rub me the wrong way, and I'd be like, I didn't really like that, and maybe they would mess up my mood for a little bit, but nothing too serious, honestly. I just get over it. There's so much positivity that I don't really want to focus on that, on the people that are negative. Did you ever feel nervous posting in English? What helped you get more confident? Girl, I thought I was fluent in English. I thought my English was marvelous when I started posting. So my English was definitely not where it is now. So you just get better. Posting and talking in English makes it better. There are big creators out there that do not speak English as fluently as others. And that's completely fine. We know other languages. That's cool too. Don't worry about it. You should know enough English to convey the information and enough English for you to be confident slightly in talking, but then you get better at it. Do you ever get recognized in bookstore? If so, is it tiring? Tiring? What do you mean tiring? No, those are the best moments of my life. No, that's not tiring, even in the slightest. I am so incredibly grateful and happy when someone comes up to me and they're like, oh, I know you, oh, I love your videos, and some people even wanted to take a picture with me. Do you imagine that? Oh my god, I literally asked to have the picture they took because I wanted to have it for myself, as I was so happy and I wanted to remember those people that recognized me, the first ones, right? No, it is not tiring. Yes, some people recognize me from time to time. It is not overwhelming. There are not that many people that recognize me, but when it happens, it makes my day and I am so happy. Sometimes people recognize me but don't come up to me, which is completely fine. I understand, no need to come up to me, but if you want to come up to me whenever you see me and recognize me, oh my god, it's like the best thing ever. So never feel weird about it. If you want to talk to me, come say hi. I want to talk to you, okay? Is this your only job and do you plan on being a content creator your whole life? This is my only job. I used to be a voice actress. Not anymore. It doesn't really pay well and it gets boring at some point because I was dubbing mostly. So I would take the initial voice of the characters and I would do it in Romanian. Yes, it implies acting, but I feel like being the one who gives life to a character through your voice, the first one, right? That's really cool. I loved being a voice actress, but I feel like I've learned what it is to learn in the context that I could be in Romania. I don't know if that makes any sense. I loved it, but I grew out of it and I wanted to focus on social media full time. I plan on being a content creator for a long time, but I do not plan on doing only this. I want to have other activities in my life that could be careers or jobs. So yes, I'll continue to post for a long time, the entire life. I don't know, probably, maybe, who knows, but I will do other things too. So this might not be my main job in the future, but it will be part of what I do for sure. What's your goal? I'm not sure what you mean by my goal, but if it's like in my life, what's my goal in life? Being happy and learning new things and trying things. I don't know. I just want to have a good time. With content creation, I want to branch out into more types of content, not only book related. I want to keep a big portion of my content related to books and media and TV shows and entertainment, but I want to start posting lifestyle content as well about other things I'm interested in. I've also started streaming on Twitch, so that's another part of content creation I am getting into. If you wanna join me in my future streams, this is my account. You have the link in the description if you want to follow me there, and maybe you'd like it. So I'm looking into branching out. Is being a content creator a good source of income? I would say yes. I would say it is a wonderful source of income, but not from the beginning and not always. It depends. It is not a steady source of income. Sometimes it fluctuates a lot, but compared to the income I would have had in Romania through a regular job, it doesn't compare. It is much more rewarding to be a content creator for me than it would have been having a regular job. Being a content creator can mean absolutely no money for years, right? That's a little bit of a hard pill to swallow. Some don't make money for a really long time. And I was part of that some people. You just don't make money for a while. And even when you start making money, sometimes you just don't get brand deals for a really long time. So, and your views can fluctuate a lot. So your money source fluctuates, right? But even so, in my case, compared to what I could have earned, it is much more rewarding and it's a very good source of income. What skills did you need to learn to be a content creator? I don't view being a content creator as individual skills you need to know. Being a content creator as a whole is a skill. It comprises of you learning how to put yourself out there, how to talk, how to be entertaining, being creative and all that. I feel like you learn by doing, but you also need to force yourself to get out of your comfort zone. So I don't know, hopefully that answered your question. Does it need a lot of money to be a content creator or a nice room and all? So before I even started posting on this channel, I had such a big issue with how my house looked, because this is Eastern European style. Everything here is Eastern European style. And I do not have a big house. I grew up in a 2-room apartment. It's not very modern in how it looks. It's just a regular house. It's just what I have, right? What can we do? I lost a lot of momentum from my preconceptions of how people would perceive me due to the house I have and not having a nice background and all that. But it was really stupid of me. It doesn't matter. Most people do not have those big, beautiful homes, and that's fine. I live in the same house I lived when I first started creating content, but I tried to make it look the best I can. Yes, you can definitely look for the better angles and avoid filming in certain areas that really do not look nice and you wouldn't feel comfortable. With needing money, I feel like you should invest in having a good microphone and a good camera. You can film with your phone in the beginning for sure. I love throwing myself out there. So I did buy a camera at the beginning. It was a really bad camera. I didn't do my research, but I feel like having a light, a camera, and a microphone is a good investment. How do you organize? I want to know your secrets, girl. I am not a good organizer. I am so chaotic in everything I do. I try my best to be organized. It just doesn't stick to me. I'll try better. I'm a very disorganized person and I don't like that about me. But I'm just taking baby steps into becoming more organized. Did you ever think it would be hard to be this famous? Could you give tips on how to be a booktuber? Girl, famous? I mean, I have quite a few followers, but famous? That is crazy. I mean, I don't feel famous at all. This might sound weird, but yes, but not because I am so full of myself, but because I am completely delusional. Look, if you are to ask me, Aimee, do you think you'll ever go to space and be an astronaut? Yeah, why not? Sure. Is this delusional and crazy? Yes. Will I be an astronaut? I like it a lot. I like astronomy and all that, but I don't think I can put the time to get there. But if I want it hard enough and if I put enough time and energy in it, yeah, definitely, I can do everything I want. I am a firm believer that you need to believe in yourself as much as possible. But of course, whenever a person says, yeah, I can do everything, deep down, you're always doubtful in a way. Everyone is. You should definitely learn and work hard for what you want, if you want it, right? But you watching this, and everyone can do whatever they want to do. What I'm trying to say is that believing in yourself to the point it sounds crazy is your fighting chance for succeeding or potentially succeeding in what you want to do. Because if you don't trust in yourself, who will? A lot of people will tell you that you can't do things and it's too hard and just 1% succeed. And that's really sad. Feeding this into your brain won't really help you. You need to believe in yourself and strive to be the best version of yourself and do the most you can with what you have and even more. Doesn't matter where you start from, in a way. It does matter, but in the end, it matters what you become and what you make of yourself. This is deep, right? Right. Yeah, being delusional is a good thing. This is my take. I love answering to questions. So in the beginning, when I first started posting, I wished someone would ask me something so I could make a Q&A video. That was my dream. And now that I get people that ask me questions and I can do this sort of videos, this is crazy. I love it so much. Thank you for watching and supporting me throughout the years I've been posting. It means a lot to me, and thank you a lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more. Bye.